Hello, I've decided to do this video because I've been asked once or twice when I'm filming football matches about battery life, how I make these things last for 90 minutes or more of a game, and it's been a bit of a research and trial and error story, to be honest with you. And I'll give you an idea of how it sort of evolved, for want of a better word. The first thing is the standard Sony battery is quite good. These work out at around about £20 off eBay. You can get non-standard, non-Sony manufactured batteries for a little bit cheaper, and they work quite well because I've bought quite a few of those in the past as well. But generally speaking, these will only last between 45 minutes to an hour. And if you're shooting a football match, you're looking at least 90 minutes. I've gone to matches before where they've gone to penalties. I've also had to record the warm-ups, the pennant exchange at the front, and sometimes a few minutes afterwards. So you want to make sure that your battery life's as good as it can be. And these you will have to swap out at least 2 or 3 times for a match. I know I've done it. The cards, generally speaking, nowadays you can buy over 64GB, 128GB, they'll all fit in the camera, and they work quite well, so you have more than enough storage space. The real issue becomes the battery, which is what I've had the problems with, hence the video. Just a word about the camera. This is a Sony DSC RX10. It's a really great camera for shooting sports videos on. It has a decent frame rate. It's got great resolution, goes up to 1080, and also it's got a zoom lens that autofocuses. If you shoot anything with a DSLR, you will have to be doing the focusing yourself. Now, if you've got a zoom on it, you're going to be zooming and focusing, which tends to shake the tripod round and the camera round, which is not normally a good thing. So this one works really, really well, and I would heartily recommend it for anyone that's going to shoot any video. Generally speaking, when I build a camera up for a match, it has a plate, rails, a mat box, a field monitor behind it, and an external microphone, all of which this camera takes, which makes it excellent for that. And the footage that it shoots is absolutely fantastic. Now, going on to the batteries, the standard battery for a Sony has got a milliamp hour rate of 1080, which isn't too bad. As I say, it'll buy you 45 minutes to an hour, depending on temperature. If it happens to be really cold, and I've been to quite a few football matches where it's been really, really cold, the battery discharge time can go down to less than 40 minutes. I've had it happen to me before when it got cold, and it took me completely by surprise, which isn't a good day out, to be honest. Now, on eBay and Amazon, you can buy these dummy battery boxes, and how they work is they fit in the battery storage area, as you can see straight in there, slots in, and even this camera has a door for the lead to sit in so it doesn't actually kink it, which is great. Great forethought. And you've then got the extended leads and a separate lead, which I usually mount on the tripod. Both of these spare batteries, which I've used, and these are phone extending batteries. Basically, if you've got a mobile phone and it suffers from low battery life, you buy one of these, plug one lead in, plug another lead into your phone, and off you go. You can extend your battery lifetime quite considerably, actually. Now, if I tell you that this battery has got a rating of 1080 milliamp hours, and that will buy you 45 minutes at the worst. This particular one, which I bought off eBay for about £10, and it's not brilliant quality, but it actually works. That gives you 50,000 milliamp hours, which is a huge step up from that. This particular one, which I bought again off eBay, I think I paid £13 for it, is 100,000 milliamp hours. Both of them have extras such as lights that you can use. That's quite handy actually on this one because it's quite a big bright light. and they'll both, strangely enough, although I've not tested it, will recharge using solar panels. So if you do camping and things, that would be really, really good. Quite handy to have. But what they do is they now enable me to shoot quite literally for a couple of hours without any problems. I've never gone over that because I've never needed to. But this particular battery doesn't even go down one single light of its life limit. So I don't think I've charged this since I bought it. That's how good it's been. This particular one I recharge every day because I want to make sure that when I go out, every time I come back in, if this is discharged at all, I recharge it. It's put back in with the battery along with formatted cards. Sorry, it goes back in the bag with formatted cards and the camera. So I know if I pick up the bag and I need to film anything, it's ready to go as soon as I leave and walk through the door. For certain events, I'll take both batteries along because I've not had a problem with them. But in case one breaks down, I can just unplug and plug a new one in. With my tripod, has this double tape from 3M, which is double lock tape, which is really, really good. And these literally just slap onto the side of the tripod mount, so both batteries are ready to go. I can just pull the leads out, change them over, any problems, but I've not had a problem with them since. The camera that I use, even with all the extras like filters, matte box, etc., works really, really well. This is the original generation of the Sony DSC RX10, and it's a fantastic camera at 1080. Takes great still photos. I still use it for that occasionally, although I leave the settings alone nowadays. It's such a good camera, I'm seriously considering buying the next version up. They've made a Mark II, a Mark III and a Mark IV. The Mark II has the same lens on it, which is excellent, but the zoom goes out to 200mm, I think, on this one and the other one. But on the Mark III and the Mark IV, it's got an even more advanced lens, which goes out to 600mm. So if you're zooming in a game that's far away, you will be able to zoom up so close. I don't know whether it's absolutely necessary. But from the Mark II onwards, they shoot in 4K, although I'm not sure what the frame rate is in the higher ones. Generally speaking, I shoot at 1080 and I want a frame rate of 50 frames per second or more, which this gives me. So I'm quite happy with that one at the moment, but I am definitely looking towards a Mark III or a Mark IV at some stage in the future, just purely because it will enrich the image, I think, quite considerably to be able to shoot at 4K. Anyway, that gives you an idea of the batteries. As I say, you can buy these off eBay and they are pennies, or you can go and buy multiples of these batteries, but you soon get fed up of changing them all the time, which is what I did. And you can't be worrying about that when you've got so many other things to worry about during the game anyway. I hope that's of interest to people. If you've followed my channel before, you'll see football matches of, well, quite a few academy matches from Sutton where my son plays. But you'll also see other matches as well, which I've started to cover now. So take a look on those, they're quite good fun. I will be filming more training footage and I will be filming more matches in the future anyway. Thanks a lot, appreciate your time. Take it easy. Cheerio.